Coming up, we have updates on the 777.
And flags will be at half staff for the next 5 days. Find out why now on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening. I'm Zygmunt Soroka.
And I'm Isaac Connors. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
United Airlines Flight 328 was forced to return to Denver after one of the engines caught on fire shortly after takeoff. United is the only airline with Boeing 777s that use Pratt & Whitney 4000 engines. After the engine failure that scattered debris over southern Colorado, United is grounding 24 of these planes to further inspect the engines. No one on Flight 328 was injured from the accident. Speaking of flights, changes are underway at the Pullman-Moscow Regional Airport in hopes of adding a couple more options for travelers. Murrow News 8 reporter Andrew Bartline looked at the progress on their new terminal and how they're hoping to address the issue of leakage.
Before flying south, Andrew Polton drives north.
I drive up north to Spokane. I'll put my car in the economy parking. It's really cheap.
It's called airport leakage, where locals leave their regional airport for the perks of a larger city nearby.
It comes down to the cost of it and where I'm flying, and they just have the better options and the better prices.
It's no secret to airport director Tony Bean. He says PUW only retains 34% of local passengers, leaking over 115,000 customers annually.
We're always going to leak to a bigger market, to a Spokane, because the market's bigger and the options are there. They're trying to lessen how much that is.
They aligned a new runway in 2019, but their next project is a little more flashy. It's a brand new terminal. Between the two, they hope to get new flights.
Bean says the current terminal is 8,000 square feet, undersized by 5.5 times.
We're going to build what we can afford. Money's real. Right now it's about $42 million.
The terminal could be up by late 2022, and between grant and local money, Bean says startup service through United Airlines to Denver is in the works.
If we get to Denver, then it'll slow down our leakage.
I usually fly through Denver if I go anywhere out of Washington. Just another big airport connection besides Seattle. That would definitely almost guarantee that I would fly to Pullman.
As for patching other leaks down the road, Bean's had his eye on Boise for a decade.
Pullman, Moscow, you got to go to Seattle, then you got to go Boise. If you drive to Spokane, there's a direct flight. Which one are you going to use?
Andrew Bartline, Murrow News 8.
Judge Merrick Garland's Senate confirmation hearing started this morning, where he's expected to face questions from both sides of the aisle on how he would run the Justice Department. According to Fox News, questions on how he will oversee the prosecution of rioters who stormed the Capitol on January 6th and how he will handle Special Counsel John Durham's investigation into the Russian probe are just a few of the expected questions.
President Joe Biden holding ceremony for grim milestone of COVID-19. On Monday, the White House will be holding a candlelight ceremony and moment of silence, marking the 500,000 death toll of COVID-19. Biden is using his own voice and platform to take a moment and speak on the lives lost and families suffering ahead of the ceremony. The ceremony will begin 6:15 Eastern Time at the White House. Dr. Anthony Fauci said Sunday that it's possible for the need to continue wearing masks to prevent the spread of COVID for the year 2022. While he expects the U.S. to return to a significant degree of normality by the end of this year, he recommends mask wearing because of its effectiveness in slowing the spread of the virus.
Voting tech company Dominion Voting Systems has filed a $1.3 billion lawsuit against the founder and CEO of MyPillow. Dominion Voting Systems is suing founder Mike Lindell for accusing them of rigging the 2020 election. Since the lawsuit was filed, MyPillow has been dropped from more than 20 major retailers, and both MyPillow and its founder have been banned from Twitter.
After almost 3 months of vacancy, the Coug will be reopening on March 15th. The bar is hiring new staff as they prepare to reopen their doors just before St. Patrick's Day. Some Pullman schools are reopening, but when do your kids go back to school?
There's new research on frost damage from WSU when we come back.
Washington State University, an institute of...
Wait, let me show you WSU. We're about being hands-on and getting our hands dirty. We bring art to science and science to wine. We build Mars rovers and launch new medical schools, with the occasional pizza break. Now back to work, because we're always moving forward and leaving our mark on the world. Now that's my WSU.
Pullman Middle School students are headed back to the classroom today for hybrid classes. Lincoln Middle School 6th through 8th graders who have chosen to return are now allowed 2 days per week for an in-person experience. Pullman Elementary has also returned to 5 days a week in person for K through 5th grade, with Pullman High School set to open their doors for a hybrid schedule starting March 1st. All students have the option of staying virtual or attending in-person instruction.
Since the start of COVID-19, there's been a growing demand for pharmacy students at WSU. The program started in 2016 with 650 pharmacy technicians. This past year has seen that number grow to more than 10,000 students. WSU officials are excited to see such growth and look forward to seeing more pharmacy students in the future. WSU research has developed tiny baby blankets that is supposed to shed sprouting buds from frost damage. WSU researchers are using cellulose nanocrystals, basically a coating for farmers to apply on their crops while the weather changes from winter to spring. The coating for the plants is considered by WSU researchers to be stronger than steel and super insulative. If the discovery can be commercialized, farmers earn more money for every crop they save.
And the weather has been all over the place the last couple of days. Let's go to our weather woman at the wall.
Thanks, guys. So for today, we are expecting some rain with a high of 47 and a low of 29, which may not seem cold, but we do got to keep in mind that we are expecting winds from the southwest for up to 25 miles an hour. And there was a wind advisory here in Pullman from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. tonight. So make sure you have candles or anything that you need just to make sure, charge your phone and all that. For tomorrow, we are expecting some snow with a high of 39 and a low of 23. There is no wind advisory, but we are expecting pretty heavy winds from the west from up to 29 to 34 miles an hour. So keep that in mind and make sure to be safe. Now let's take a look at the state map. So on the west side, we have Seattle and Olympia. They're back to their typical conditions with more rain with highs of 49 and 51. Then we got the Tri-Cities and Yakima with highs of 60s, cloudy with some sun. And then we got Spokane with a high of 51, pretty cloudy. And then Pullman with a high of 47 and some rain. For the forecast, we're starting off with some snow and some warmer temperatures, but we start to cool off a little bit, but there's no more snow for us. But still make sure to dress warm just in case, because it may not look cold, but it will be. That's it for the weather, guys. Back to you.
M's president and CEO has resigned today. Find out why.
And WSU men's basketball had a winning weekend with a special award given to a star player.
Hello, everyone, to the Seattle Mariners, where the Mariners are weathering an unlikely storm. Just weeks before baseball truly returns, The Mariners president and CEO has resigned. This learned just a few hours ago. CEO Kevin Mather felt the heat over the weekend for comments he made to the Bellevue Rotary Club. The 45-minute-long call with that club was filled with head-scratching comments about his own team, disparaging multiple players' English skills, stating the number 9 prospect in all of baseball had a personality, quote, bigger than most of you combined, end quote. Later, Mather admitted to manipulate top prospects' scheduled availability with the club as a way to shelter their own financial bottom line. Mather has also been the focus of harassment allegations from female employees more than once with the Mariners. Mather resigned after serious outrage within the baseball community over the weekend, including Mariners players and staff who publicly expressed their frustrations. Mariners chairman John Stanton says he is, quote, extremely disappointed of Mather. On the happier news on the Palouse, men's basketball is back where they want to be with their first winning season since 2011. With road games against the Arizonas left, WSU won't finish below 500. At 14-10, Kyle Smith's electric coaching seems to finally be turning this program around. And of course, the highlight of the weekend was Noah Williams. The sophomore guard was named Pac-12 Player of the Week and NCAA National Player of the Week after posting 72 points in back-to-back games, coming in clutch against masterful three overtime win against Stanford. Williams posted the first 40-point game since Klay Thompson did it. He posted 43, and you guessed it, the last time the Cougars had a winning season, 2011. And Williams was just 3 points away, guys, behind his dad, Guy Williams, whose career high of 43 points for the Cougars was set in 1983. What an amazing and fun weekend that was for Cougar basketball. Back to Sigmund and Isaac on the desk, guys.
A baby orca was spotted. Stay with us to see the new addition to the L-Pod family.
And a popular brand calls it quits. We'll have all that and more after the break.
Pressure.
Expectations.
Overwhelmed.
Mental health issues are real.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death among people aged 15 through 24.
But it doesn't have to stay that way.
If you're going through a difficult time,
hope and help is only a phone call away.
On the playing field, it is important to lean on your teammates for help.
It is important to lean on each other off the field, too.
Life isn't always easy and can sometimes feel overwhelming.
You don't have to face it alone.
We are all on the same team when it comes to looking out for each other.
There is hope.
You matter.
We care.
Help is just a phone call away.
A new baby orca was born to Southern resident L-Pod family. The birth of baby L125 was confirmed by Ken Balcom, founding director of the Center for Whale Research. This is the first calf for the L-Pod since January 2019. The sex of the baby is still unknown, but looks to be in good condition according to its size and shape.
EDM sensations Daft Punk called it quits after 28 years. Daft Punk announced their retirement Monday morning in an 8-minute video dubbed Epilogue. Their publicist confirmed the split to reporters with no further comments.
Thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpp.org/MN8, and you can always follow us on our Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night, everyone.